Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode number 19 of Playing with House Money on the Toilets to Titles Network. I'm Ice. You can find me on Twitter at Iceman_1013. This is my co-host DJ Pru at PruBaby10. How are you doing today, my guy?
And I'm doing great. We got the MLB playoffs. We got Conor Bedard has arrived for the Hawks. I don't know if anybody follows hockey watching this, but 18-year-old for the Blackhawks. Then we got the Bears looked like an NFL team for once. That was nice, and I happen to be in third place out of 96 in Frankenstein, so I really can't complain this week.
It's been a decent week for you, huh?
Yeah, for sure. On both sides.
And your soccer team won.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I wouldn't quite call them mine yet, but I did. I was happy for you. I'll say that much.
I appreciate that. That was Arsenal for anyone remotely interested who beat Manchester City at the weekend. No, it was another fun-packed weekend. Lots of good stuff, like you said. NHL is back.
Yes, sir.
So lots to look forward to there, and I'm sure we'll be talking about that periodically throughout the possibly.
Yeah, here and there. I don't talk about it often. I mean, obviously, being in Chicago, the Hawks were the only franchise worth a damn for a very long time, especially in the 2010s. So I don't know everything in the league, but I do know like certain props I like to bet on and stuff like that. So I dabble every once in a while, but yeah, it's fun. It's fun to have another sport back to be a degenerate on.
Yep, and we're in full swing preseason of the NBA as well, so that is, I'm sure, not far off as well. So hey,
yeah, definitely.
But let's talk about football. Last weekend,
we got sports we're winning on, already going. So yeah. I'll go first because I know that you got a nice double back to mention. So I found a prop I love for the NFL, as you know already. But the books have started offering us defensive stats for players. So it was a good weekend. We had a plus 28.57 with the profit boost smack, and it was all tackles and assists. And the way it hit was actually nerve-wracking, but Darius Slay on the very last play for the Rams, there was way too close for comfort, but got the tackle to cash it, and luckily I got that out for everybody actually really early Sunday. So and then obviously the Bears, I'd be remiss not to mention I had a plus 600 on DJ Moore to score his third. We had a couple live bets in that game go from actually the tackles and assists. That was the night I was like, man, I like this prop a lot. We had Tyreek Stevenson. He went off. He was everywhere, flying around. So we hit that. We hit him live. We had Tremaine Edmonds live. We had that was a good night. I love that prop. And then we had hockey start. The Hawks win the opener. If anybody follows hockey, they know who Conor Bedard is, or Conor Bedard. Obviously young phenom, 18 years old, starter for them, and he actually came out and was shooting like crazy. Kid had, I think it was 11 shots total, 5 on goal, but we bet the 5+. We actually laddered it, so it kind of hurt watching all those other shots not be on target. But it was good. It was a really good weekend. I think for the whole Discord kind of went crazy. We even had another run on Brandon early last week too, so can't complain.
Absolutely not. And I mean, from the show last week, my Sunday bets swept.
Yeah.
Started off nice and early. Jacksonville, the plus 5.5. I know I said I wasn't sure, but turns out the whole London thing kind of seemed to play a big part. I did see a lot of people, talking about that, especially Roger Goodell. There was a lot of clips of him after the fact. He'd done a lot of interviews with the NFL UK while he was over in London about the potential for a franchise in London, which is stuff that has been talked about for a long time. I mean, I had a nice conversation with the GOAT, this man up here. I don't know if you can see, but that Montana jersey is signed.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I met Joe Montana and got him to sign it, he obviously knew I was from London, asked me about the potential for a London franchise and what I thought about it. So yeah, and that was 2020. That was right before COVID. So that, this has been talked about for a long time, but he did mention, obviously, in the meantime, these teams going over and Jacksonville being the team that have, for everyone else that don't really know, Jacksonville owner paid to be the team that plays in these London games primarily. So that's why they were there for the 10 days, 2 weeks, however long they were there to play the 2 back-to-back games. And yeah, the argument being that the flight from the East Coast to London is the same as a flight from the East Coast to LA. So,
right.
The jet lag and everything like that is very similar. Just the time difference is 5 hours compared to only 3 hours.
Yeah, but that's the kicker though, because when they travel like during the week to the cities that like all of them have been to so many times and whatnot, they have that repetition. Like they know what hotel they're going to already. Mm-hmm. They know what time they're leaving. They know what. So like, I feel like when these teams are going to London, I feel like they're leaving on like the same day at the same time that they would here, and then that extra 2 hours is actually like, imagine you could get somewhere at 2 a.m. You get there at 4 a.m. and not get to the hotel 5-6 a.m. That's the day. Like,
and
so
it's then also that you're playing at what is in your head. Like we know the games for you are kicking off at what, 8 a.m., 8:30. So if you're a West Coast team, like I know obviously it's the Bills, so they're East Coast, they're in EST. So for me, that's kicking off at 9:30 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it's in the UK, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. So they're playing at that prime time, which is when like on a Saturday, that's the time of the soccer games, like the EPL, the big thing in England, like that kicks off at 3 p.m. on a Saturday. Like they don't very often, certainly not weekends, have the evening games. So you're also got that aspect that you're now playing at 9 in the morning as opposed to 1 in the afternoon for, or a late kickoff. When if you're traveling as the Buffalo Bills, if you were traveling to play the Rams, you're traveling, but you're also probably kicking off in prime time, 4 p.m. in the afternoon, right, which is, 4 p.m. like Eastern time, which is the 1:30 kickoff, 1:30 local time there. So the time difference itself is a big thing as well.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. You guys is at 8:15 Eastern, so like their prime time. Yeah, I feel like that is a weird.
Yeah,
concept, so because you never really know like how they're starting their day, how they're doing walkthroughs in the morning and stuff like that.
So exactly. So that's why it was a big thing. And, Goodell said about the fact that they're going to speak into the coaches, finding out what it's like, if there is a benefit to the team being there for 10 days and playing 2 games, which it seems like, at least in that game, there was. But, hey, who's to say what would have happened? We took advantage, should have taken the Jacksonville money line, but
yeah,
we take the plus 5.5, and then we had the Detroit Lions against Carolina Panthers over 45. The line shifted. It was over 45 when we recorded the show. By the time kickoff on Sunday, I think it was 43.5, which came down a fair bit, and that cashed pretty easily. And then we had the Miami team total over 30.5, which is just squeaked in that one. And then in the Gilded chat for Monday Night Football, we put a few. I put a few of my favorite props in there for Monday nights, just primarily, just for the exclusive for the Patreons in the Gilded chat. And best bet of the night was Jacoby Myers over 4.5 receptions. And then we laddered that to 7. Took the 7 receptions and his TD at 697. And yeah, that cashed as well. He got his 7 receptions. He scored the first touchdown as well. We should have really taken first touchdown at plus 1,200, but
I take the blame for that one.
Yeah, well, no, it's one of those, right?
He had a great game though.
Yeah. So yeah, and that's, it was just, I love Devontae. I think everyone that's ever listened to me on any show knows I love Devontae Adams, but going back to Green Bay, or at least playing against Green Bay for the first time, they were never gonna let him go for 100 yards and 2 touchdowns like everyone expected him to. So this was just
but I mean, you could.
There's a difference, right?
You can also scheme around that,
yeah.
So I mean, realistically, that's on McDaniels. That's on Josh McDaniels not really caring.
Oh,
the revenge game. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, you're playing them, but it's not that big a deal to us. We're going to use you as this decoy and just see what we can do. So,
hey, it worked out for him.
Yeah, they got him a win. That's what he was asking for. They got him. They got it for him. So
yeah, and yeah. So expecting a kind of a big game from Devontae this weekend. To be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I'm always rocking with the Devontaes, especially at receiver. They'd be different. Them and the DJs. It's just, I don't know. It just makes sense.
Oh, well, there you go then. There it is. Lock it in. DJ Moore, Devontae Adams, TDs this weekend.
Weekly. You could bet it weekly.
Yeah, well, this is true. Go on then. What have we got in the MLB, my friend?
Man, the playoffs have been crazy. Not even, I mean, I haven't even been wanting to gamble it much because it's not a lot of games. So it's hard to really unless you're running straights, it's really hard to pick your spots the way you want them.
Yeah.
So, I just kind of been playing the field, seeing how everybody's hitting, and I want to bet like the next round and then the World Series because I'll know what these guys are doing in the playoffs, like what kind of streaks they're on, stuff like that. But in the Discord, we do have a few, but we got a team that's already been eliminated that we used to love gambling on. So, Baltimore's out.
Yeah,
not a single team in that division won a game in the playoffs, so that's kind of crazy. As you know, we got a couple series still going, but Philly and Atlanta are just incredible. Every game's been wire to wire, or it's a lot of runs, I guess I should say. I shouldn't really say wire to wire, but yeah, that's a fun one. The Dodgers have forgotten how to hit a baseball. So, I mean, dude, it's likely that they're bounced. We're recording this on Wednesday, so if the Dodgers got bounced before then or tonight, I'm sorry, and I will miss you, Freddie Freeman. Shout out to everything you have done for us. But yeah, that last series, Houston and the Twins, I feel like we all knew how that was going to go. I am surprised Minnesota got one. We'll see if they get another one tonight, but I highly doubt it. Houston's batting incredibly, so look to Yordan Alvarez to continue his run. Jose Altuve is probably one of the best playoff hitters of all time. So, yeah, we'll see. Texas. Hey, what did I say? If they can get hot I said at the wild card, if they can get hot at the right time, nobody wants to play Texas. And they went out and dog walked Baltimore for that last game. Corey Seager, dude. He's different. Corey Seager is different. So, yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be fun. I'll definitely have, one or two in the Discord, something like that, but it's not gonna be anything heavy.
No, I think that's the point, right? Like at this point, it's just enjoying the games for what they are. Like unless you're, really fancy an SGP, because there is, the games aren't on at the same time. You get 2 games a day, and one's 4 in the afternoon, one's 7 p.m. Like difficult, to tide those over and pick just one prop from each one. But yeah, I mean, we'll continue to enjoy and, just watching. And if we see any lines we like, we'll look out for them. And yeah, they'll be in the Discord. And that being said, join up, find us at PW_housemoney. Join the Discord, $10 a month. If you want any further content on the football side, check out everything on toiletstotitles.com. If you're watching us on YouTube, like and subscribe. It's very much appreciated. if you want to interact with the team, like we said, we have the Gilded. There's a lot of chat in there about trades, start sit advice, everything related to fantasy football. Did you get him?
Yeah, I got him. I had to get home. Like, wait a minute. Sorry.
Yeah, jump in the Gilded. Like we said, there's even, Playing with House Money has its own section in there. And on Monday Night Football, we do have the exclusive for Patreon members. This week, there will not be an episode of Playing with House Money present the SGC tomorrow. It's international break, so we're taking a break. Won't be very much on the soccer front at all this weekend. It will all be, the college and the NFL stuff that you're just about to hear about. But there will be like one or two. I'll post one or two bets to keep tied over the weekend, but that will be about it. Really, just focused on the American football this week. So that being said, yeah, where are we going on Saturday? Are we even starting on Saturday?
Yes, it's not not an earlier one this week. I almost had some technical difficulties. I was almost freaking out. Okay. Yeah, college football. We nothing Thursday, Friday, or nothing besides like D1AAs and stuff like that. But I'm obviously not going to be. I won't get on here and tell you guys to waste your money on that. So we have one that's just going to be incredible. We had another that would have been if I didn't watch last week's games, but we got Oregon and Washington. I'm pretty sure it's in Oregon too, so it's 7 against 8. Yeah, Penix Jr. is the real deal. I mean, he's at 16 touchdowns, 2 picks. That Washington offense is a lot. And I know a lot of people watch the Oregon game, or the Oregon-Colorado game, so everybody might think, Oregon has a defense that's just like so stout that it doesn't matter what offense is going in there. But yeah, Washington is not Colorado. Like they got some ballers in the trenches. So it's going to be a lot different. With that being said, though, I don't see Bo Nix and Penix Jr. just going for 400 each and just blowing, putting up 40 each. But it is college and it is a close Pac-12 rivalry. So I don't know. I mean, that game could really go either way, 100%. But I'm probably going to be leaning towards the total over.
It's a big total.
They actually might have that out for me right now. It's probably going to be at least 74. Is it 73 and a half?
It's at 67 and a half right now.
Yeah, I'll take 68 all day. Because either of these teams could put up 35. So I like that. That's going to be a great one. We get USC against Notre Dame, which a couple weeks ago that would have looked like just a crazy matchup, but USC goes down to the wire last weekend. They didn't look great at the offensive line, but Notre Dame also, against Louisville took another loss. So yeah, I don't really know what Notre Dame is going to be able to bring to the table week by week anymore, because the first couple weeks they looked so stout, they looked just very organized, and now it's not so much. So I assume Caleb's going to look great and they win the game, but that offensive line is going to have to show up and show out more than likely. And then
they're the underdog.
Who is?
USC.
USC is the underdog right now against Notre Dame.
Yeah, plus 125 on the money line.
Yeah,
plus 2.5 is the spread. It's plus 102 at plus 205 as well. So it's plus money.
That I'm gonna bet that as soon as we get off of here. You heard it here first. Yeah, so that's I'm slamming that. That's crazy because Notre Dame. Yeah, we won't get too far into that because that just baffled me. And it's funny that it did, because the next team I'm going to mention baffled everybody in the country this week. Miami is facing North Carolina, who's number 12. Obviously, they have, Drake May. So it would have been a show out game or, a matchup, but I just don't see Miami being able to live past them fumbling on the very last play of the game where they could have just, or what should have been the last play of the game where they could have just kneeled it out. So I think North Carolina is going to come out and punch them in the mouth. That offense is looking prolific. So I'm going to take North Carolina's team over. I'm definitely going to take that plus 2.5 for USC, and then the over 67.5 for Washington, Oregon. I do not know North Carolina's team total.
It's not out on FanDuel yet.
Okay. Well, you guys know where you'll have to get.
Yeah.
Come join us. I'll have some more, but those are definitely the three I'm focused on.
Oh yeah, it is. I've got it. Sorry. 30.5.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I'll take that. I'll take those 3 legs. I love any
plus
of them.
600. Plus 600 for the 3. Love that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely running that. Yeah, that's definitely getting ran. That's easy money.
Easy money.
Money.
Just the type we love.
Yeah, for sure. It's the best kind.
And then, yeah.
Besides free money. Shit.
Money won is twice as sweet as money earned, they say.
Now I got them.
There we go. That being said, Thursday night football.
Yes, sir.
It's another one. It's all the same with all these primetime games. I don't really like them from a betting perspective. We didn't like. I know we played a couple of in plays last Thursday night that you got, and I just said I hit both Monday night football games, but last Thursday we didn't really love it going in, and then
how could we?
Yeah, and then Chicago kind of this one is just it's Denver, right? Like Denver at Kansas City. I just feel like it's a walk in the park for the Chiefs, and
it is.
I watched just a case of
watching what the Bears did to Denver for 3 quarters. That shows. I mean, dude, Patrick's gonna have a field day, but I mean, with Kansas City, especially on a Thursday, you don't know who the hell's running out there.
No,
so I like it. I like from a betting perspective only because I feel like I've kind of felt out how Kansas City is, like how they operate in games like this. But it's not a great matchup. The Thursday matchups are always horrible.
Yeah. When I say prime time, I mean like the Thursday night games have been not great this season.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's that very much a take your pick. Rashee Rice, Justin Watson, Justin Ross. I might go on Justin Ross to score his first touchdown.
I like
plus 1,000.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, take this, and it's a case of like the thing with this Kansas City offense is like which one of them they're just going to spread it out, and each of them is going to get 2 or 3 looks. Each of them is going to get a 40, 50 yard look.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just which 100%. One takes it, and Rice has kind of found himself at the top of that. Take Travis Kelce as a receiver out of the equation. You've got Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, the 2 lowest price receivers in this game to score a touchdown.
Yeah, for sure.
So then you've got Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney, MVS. Again, take any of those guys, they're all going to get a shot. But Rashee has found himself, in the end zone a couple of times now this season, and that's why he's kind of looked at as the go-to guy in the end zone. But it's not really that. It's just he's spreading the ball out so much to all these guys that it just makes it so hard for the defense to know, you're going to take care of or try and take care of Kelce.
Yeah.
And therefore you're just leaving all of these other guys open or at least on one-on-one coverage. And these guys are quick enough and good enough to get open, and Mahomes is going to find them. So
I think it's even past that. I think Kansas City knows they're going to do it, so they just laugh. They're like, all right, who's going to score? Who's scoring the next one? You know what I mean? That's when you see Andy Reid with the damn offensive lineman touchdown, stuff like that. So I'm not going to go super heavy on touchdowns, but I like that Justin Rouse at plus 1,000. I went a little bit of a different route. I like Jerick McKinnon receiving yards simply because it's only 13.5. That's crazy. So that one. And then I threw in 2 defensive stats that prop that I like, the tackles plus assists. McDuffie, his line is only at 4.5 today, and it's out already. So that worked out. And then Pat Surtain over 3.5 because, as we know, Kansas City's going to be throwing the ball. So they ain't going to stay away from anybody on Denver. They don't care who the hell's out there. So, 3.5 super low. The treble is all 3 together. It's plus 435.
Love that. Yeah, love that. Yeah, that Pat Surtain line just on its own as well. So
yeah, it sucks because like sometimes they get avoided. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that cornerback one's going to get avoided, but it's done well.
Yeah. And then, yeah, see, like I know what you've got for Sunday. I mean, I don't mind it at all.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at the matchups and I'm like, how are these teams playing right now? And I mean, I feel like some of the lines are like a little bit too out there, but I at least know what most of these teams are going to give me by now, except for the Bears. So, but I do know one thing is they're scoring points. So I like the Bears over 21.5 team total. I feel like that's really low for how they're playing, especially against, it's at the end of the day, Minnesota isn't winning either. So like,
yeah,
I get it, but 21.5, I think that's low enough for me to like, especially because the Bears, I mean, they've done well against Minnesota even in recent years of just not even being that good. So that, and then obviously San Fran, they have them at -7 somehow. That should be a 13.5 by Sunday. So jump on that. Jags -4. I'm hoping that they don't get the reverse jet lag of coming home, but Indianapolis is banged up. They're obviously going to rely on JT's return and Zach Moss. So a lot of running, but that's also predictable. So that, and then Seattle over 20.5, because I don't know how the hell anybody's watching Seattle play and give them a 20.5 point line. So yeah, I love all 4 of those. Those are probably my 4 favorites so far, but I'll have some more stuff later.
Yeah, I mean, like, so on the Bears, I have the Bears in mind, and I might actually play this a few different ways on Sunday, because it's the way that what you've obviously noticed, like you've been to at least one of the games, and you guys are starting, and you come out like Justin. The last couple of games has come out, maybe not first quarter, but definitely second quarter, very, very hot. And you've put up 20+ points in the first half in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
And as we know, like historically, the Vikings, if they, they're a team that, at least when I think of the Vikings, and they're a team that when they're normally down at the half and kind of come from behind. A lot of their games, I know against the Panthers, they were down at halftime, came back to win. They were down, only just down, so, and the Bears first half money line is plus money.
Oh yeah. I like that then. Sure.
So yeah, so that's just with the 2-way. So you get the push for a draw as well. They're still plus money. If you take the 3-way, I think it goes the Bears go to plus 125 to win on the 3-way money line.
So you might as well give yourself the draw.
Yeah. For especially when I'm pairing it with the other 2, and you, like you said about the Niners, their team totals over 22.5 at the moment.
Really?
Which is also kind of, like you said, like that line at -7. It's -6.5 on FanDuel.
That's crazy. I didn't bother looking at the Niners because I just assumed it was going to be 35.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, so the team totals at 22.5. So love that. And then the one that's a little bit is just the Titans. playing in Tennessee against the Ravens, I know that a lot of people, like, they're the lowest. It's the lowest team total of the slate. All right, so they're predicted to score the lowest amount of points. But I think, I know that the Ravens should have won that game last weekend. There was a couple of drops in the end zone that cost them big time, and then kind of Lamar gave the ball back, in the fourth quarter when he probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous interception.
Yeah, like
a ridiculous interception. You can't make that decision.
No, not necessarily like all his fault. For some of the drops, they probably should have been 14 points
drops.
Clear. Yeah,
he had 8 drops total. That's insane. Larry Fitzgerald had more tackles than he had drops in his entire career. He played offense.
Yeah,
you get one game with 8, you fire everybody.
So I know that that's not going to happen again, and the Ravens have been decent, but again, 18.5, just a very like I said, it's the lowest one on the slate, but I like them to at least get 2 touchdowns, and that puts you at 14 points if they kick the extra point. So looking for 5 additional 2 field goals, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. So when I pair the 3 of them together, it's plus 633. But so that's the 3. I'll take probably the Niners and the Bears 3-way as a double. But like I said, I'll probably play that Bears one a couple of different ways when more lines come out.
Don't do that. Don't risk that, bro. Just trust me. Don't risk it. Just and you got to understand, like, this is someone coming. Like, I had Justin Fields and DJ Moore stacked in fantasy for that game, and I will still sit here and look at you in the face and be like, bro, do not get overconfident and do not have that much faith. Don't make it to where I'm at through the pain. You know what I'm saying? Just get to where I'm at from my knowledge. You see what I mean? Like, just don't.
Yeah, I get you.
Slow down. It's we only seen 5. It's week 5, bro. So, and I'm 4-1 in Frankenstein. What's your record?
3-2. No, I think I'm 2-3 actually.
Yeah, you probably are, but don't let that get too far away from you. All right.
I'm not worried. I only got to come top 32 to get into the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey. My good people, I'm about to take the champ out, just so y'all know. But I appreciate y'all.
It's not how you start. It's not how you start in fantasy football. It's how you finish.
That is very true. Well, hopefully I get to update the people on, some more ass whoopings and whatnot. Just know, on top of the division so far right now, we hope to keep it going. So come join the Gilded. It's the Discord. Come follow along.
Yeah, and find the Discord, like the man says, at PW_house money. Jump in, $10 a week. Jump in the Gilded. That's free to join. If you want to be a Patreon, then that's a couple of dollars a month. It's, again, just pocket change to get some real exclusive content. There's exclusive bets from us in there. Hey, whatever you're betting this week, good luck with it, whether it's Thursday night football, whether it's the college football, whether you are sprinkling on any of the NHL or MLB that we've still got going on. Hey, even if you're betting on NBA preseason, whatever it is, let us know. Good luck. DJ says don't bet on preseason. But whatever it is you are betting on, best of luck. Let us know, and we'll be back next Thursday playing with more house money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.